the biggest reason I ended up giving OSU 1, but that consistency there is still the question over on the Buckeye side for me, so I'm leaning the Knights' way.
So what's as Shiro gets the first goal, Ohio State will score first. I was going to ask you, what do you think about the Knights? If you think Ohio State are able to take at least a game, like what is it about the Knights in particular that has you feeling
the thing that has you feeling good about the Knights, apart from, missing a flip reset. I guess he didn't miss it. It just took too much time to recover. Apart from that, in general, they're all very well-rounded in terms of their approach to the challenge game. They're a tough team to get it by, and more often than not, they come out on top, and it doesn't matter who they're playing against. So that's why I kind of lean that UCF way, because I feel like they've got a lot of great tools to stall out teams in the midfield and box them in on the defensive half.
Masseter sets up another one in front. Bitts left alone here on the backboard, but Snipes helps him out eventually, and Sleppy got caught out. But can UCF take advantage of it? Even if they get the initial clear here, it doesn't mean they can't get set up in the orange half as Bambi sets one up here for Snipes. And all three players of Ohio State were waiting for Snipes' shot. They weren't burned on it this time, but nice retained possession.
Ooh, Bitts just missed the demo. Bambi's just got to cut this one down and make the second touch. Look at him get back to it. It's all about the speedy recovery there to stall this one out on the orange half. And UCF going to retain possession here.
Now Shiro able to get that one out to Sleppy, but the Knights still keep things locked in the orange half. Snipes one-on-one in front, but Bambi not going to be able to commit. Good challenge again by Masseter on the backboard. Snipes just pins that one against the side. But OSU, they're just kind of stuck here on the back wall. They make the challenge happen, but then this happens from Snipes. He gets the bounce shot in. Knights tied up.
Sleppy kind of got frozen here in front of his own goal. I mean, he gives a little love tap to his own teammate there for a second, has to readjust, and then he sees that hard pinch come off the ceiling, and he's still kind of readjusting, letting that camera swivel around and focus on the play. So it's real easy to lose track of Snipes in that situation and not even realize that you need to rush to that ball.
Oh, and already Knights were threatening with Snipes on the flip reset, but Bambi's forced back to his own corner. And trying to find the read on him, Shiro, he does get it. I like the aggression here from the Beans. Throws one in front of the box. Bambi pops it up, and Bitts there to follow it up quickly, but Masseter is following him closely. The rest of the Beans come up forward. Sleppy, he's next up, but can't find a solid touch, and Shiro last back.
Bambi's so smart there, realizing that they were going to rush that offensive push. Sleppy's just trying to buy time, but Snipes right on it. Unfortunately, Masseter in support on the defensive line. Bambi again going to break up a play out of the midfield, and he's been the guy to get by if you want to get out of your own half if you're a Buckeye.
And still Masseter on the back line, able to throw the ball back out to midfield. Not a lot to work with for the UCF Knights. They've had a couple of chances. Snipes in particular has found shots a lot. 6 of them in total. And the only other player on the Knights with shots is Bitts with 2. So a lot of the offense running through Snipes, but they haven't had a lot of success at the net. Only 1 for 6.
Yeah, I think Snipes, some of those shots really kind of like that. Like, he's been getting credited for shots on target with that. This one he actually is almost able to turn into a goal. Sleppy able to get it off the goal line just at the last moment. But Snipes, I think, is really just trying to follow through on the opportunities that both Bambi and Bitts are throwing his way. He's doing a great job approaching the ball. It's just a matter of can he get that real strong finishing touch to beat a defender.
And still, even though the Beans have kept the line tied for now, they just haven't had as many breakout opportunities. They only have 2 shots on net, both coming from Shiro. But this might be a chance for Masseter. He's got the read, but Bitts had a better one. And Bambi misses the transition touch, so Shiro gets a look. Just nothing really threatening there from Ohio State. You thought they might have had something on the transition there, but the Knights push it back to the orange half.
Oh, big stuff. Look at Bambi. He's up early, too, and he pings it off the bar. Bitts is able to come through. Sleppy able to make a big save. Shiro with the miss there. You thought they were dead in the water. Thankfully, able to somehow pull that one away from the goal line. OSU, stalwart defense to keep it locked at 1. Bambi wants to jam one under the bar. Masseter again to deny.
Bambi's really been trying to force that ball through, but that top of the net's been tough to hit. He's either hit the crossbar or it's been defended. The Beans hanging on. You talked about the Beans giving any team that they play a fight. UCF, they're feeling the fight in the first game.
Oh, tough one.
40 seconds remaining. Sleppy trying
Masseter.
again across the corner. Has a shot, but no good. Masseter, he's challenged, and it's knocked away.
And Bambi again. Such great interference there on OSU. Masseter, the only one back on defense here, and that's why it's going to be a big question how he buys time. In fact, he doesn't. Bits out to the side. Shiro, the one behind him. Masseter trying to get back up to this one. Great lead forward into the goal, but unfortunately, of course, Bambi posted up on the walls, already able to find the clear, and it's up to other players on the Buckeye squad to find a way to get UCF to back down and concede a little ground.
Maybe they find it here in the corner. Sleppy trying to find something for Shiro, but Bambi's got the catch. Flicks it over one.
Dropped it.
Time expires in regulation, and we got
I
OT.
think Bambi was expecting someone to come and challenge him there at 0 seconds, so he tried to get that extra touch up to the wall to give himself a little extra room, but no one came, so he ended up taking it away from himself. And OSU fight through a pretty tough defensive gauntlet here to get to overtime in game one. We'll see if it makes a difference. Masseter trying to squeeze one by Snipes, and Sleppy's not going to have a lot of help here.
Yeah, Bit's able to squeeze that ball out to Snipes, and there really hasn't been a lot of pressure still from OSU. Yes, they've gotten the clears. Yes, they get to the blue corner, but where's the shot like this from Sleppy? That's not good enough. Snipes can clear that easily. Bits gets the follow-up. Bambi in front. 3-point passing play to get to at least midfield, but the Beans will not be trifled with easily. Trying to hold down midfield. Next up is Masseter, and Snipes frozen. Bits has to come up, but next up popped against the side wall. Oh, Bambi beats him clean.
That's that value of Bambi again. Just makes those reads so quickly to take away a chance for the opposition and waste those few extra seconds that they really need. Bambi trying to get the job done all on his own. So Masseter's turned the wrong way. Bits tries to set up Snipes, and unfortunately the play just not taking a favorable enough hop for him, so they all elect to retry their luck from the middle.
Oh, Bambi scoops that one under. Bits has a shot, but can't find the net. And Shiro now get that clear out to the corner, but the press still continues from UCF. So despite not being able to really push the issue in front of the box, they're able to retain possession, and Snipes back to his own corner.
Trap. That was pretty. Oh, but he missed the boost. Now he's in a bad spot. Still beats two. Can he get it by everyone? Oh my gosh!
Whoa!
Wow. Talk about missing the boost on your own half. Said, I don't need 100. Only need about 50 and just beat everybody for the win.
And that might teach him a little something, that you don't have to go get that corner boost. We talked about this yesterday, didn't we, Achieves? You don't got to be greedy. That canister is alluring, but don't follow the lights, okay? Follow the ball.
8 shots for Snipes. Only 2 find their way into the back of the net, but the last one, I can hear Corelli like screaming in the green room. Why is that flick beating 2 people? That's what I hear in my mind.
Why are 2 people there?
It's just like, how is this getting through 2 people? Like, don't get me wrong, Snipes, it was a great flick. It's definitely good enough to beat 1 man, but that second person playing such tight support before you even know what kind of spacing you're dealing with on Snipes' approach there, it absolutely should never be getting over 2 people with that touch. But unfortunately, the rotation works itself out in such a way, and Snipes was able to make the big block on the last man and earn themselves a win. And like you said, Ohio State make them work for it, but that one pretty much went about as I expected. UCF held a lot of pressure there in that challenge game in the midfield line, and it's all about, Ohio State, beat us if you can. You got to find some way to get that ball away from Bambi at the midfield line.
Yeah, he has been impossible to beat. And that might be the first challenge that Sleppy has won against him in midfield. And he's making a lot of work happen. Bambi very precariously handles the ball back to the corner and continues to be a nuisance for the OSU offense. Oh, Shiro gets a clean grab out to Sleppy, who just could not make contact. That was tough. Tried to pre-flip into it. Masseter has a shot, though, and there we go. Gap opened up, and Masseter gets the goal.
This one here for Snipes, just kind of catching a little too much of that, and Bambi got blocked off from rotating back into the goal there. You can see the demo. It was him actually blowing up a Buckeye, but it delayed that rotation into the goal. Gave Masseter a little extra angle from that Snipes clear, and he hit it with pace.
Now Sleppy gets another kickoff win. Haven't been able to convert that right off the kickoff, but they do retain possession here. Shiro squaring up on the challenge. Bambi can't get that ball away from Masseter. Dangerous spot, but taken away. Bambi can't find it again. Masseter right over him. Masseter making a lot of challenges happen in front of the box, but Bambi gets that clear out. Sleppy can hold down midfield for the Beans. They have struggled with that before. We talked about the pressure that Knights were able to put on them in the last game, but now it's OSU starting to find more pressure. Sleppy had the read, but just mistouched the ball.
Wait,
got
what?
right by him, and now Bambi, one touch. He's got the
Chip
second,
it.
but it's taken away. Follow-up is from Snipes, and he missed the ball. Bitz has to wait for Sleppy, and he makes the challenge happen, but now the play is going to be a little more disjointed.
Yeah, I think Snipes was kind of weighing the options there. Do I try and chip it, potentially take it away? Look at Shiro box Bitz out, and oh, he still makes the touch, and they beat Sleppy back the other way. Snipes has a chance to win a race, but look at Sleppy hustling back on defense, and oh man, UCF made your heart stop there for a moment on defense.
And they still have to play more. Bambi can't get to the touch. Bitz forced to go lateral. Able to collect boost, but Masseter all over him on the challenge. Here we go, Bitz downfield. Now Bambi's got the lead attack up in front, but Shiro has him way beat. And Snipes gets it over another one. How about Ohio State in game number 2 so far in the opening 2 minutes?
Big turnaround, definitely agree with that. But these passes out in the midfield, nowhere to go. Snipes just trying to keep the pressure up. Bambi is going to be in a 1-on-2 here, but look at Sleppy, froze him off that touch. He kept him from hopping up and going for an air dribble or a double tap off the backboard. And Shiro, again, just not able to squeeze that ball by Bambi over on that blue half. Going to force the Buckeyes to approach all the way from the other end. Oh, he wants a ground pinch. Oh, man.
Oh, he really did want that. I wasn't sure at first. I was kind of waiting. And Snipes tries to carry it out. But Shiro gets in the way, and Ohio State find themselves in the blue half again. They've had a lot of real estate to work with, but this monster in midfield is certainly difficult to deal with. Snipes gets a dunk as well, but Bitz, third man, gets a pass back to Snipes to keep things going. The rest of Ohio State, Masseter missed the ball. Shiro in a tough spot, ends up almost own-goaling, and Bitz can't push it in. Bambi gets right back in front of it, has the shot on net, but he missed it off the post. Bitz
good hop.
gets a knee around this one. Snipes has the shot, and it's in top of the crossbar, 1-1.
A beautiful kick off of this corner here. Bambi and Bitz combining there, and Masseter, I think he was kind of just following the play across, and unfortunately he got kind of pinballed, and he's the one that ended up smashing it back out into the middle off the wall there, and Snipes' placement couldn't ask for anything better. Strong shot, top left corner, tie it up.
That's money. And Snipes looking for some more in the bank account, but it's taken away. Bitz close on third man, and he's got control of the ball. Has a little bit more boost to work with. Gets the dunk, but nobody's ready for it. Bambi's the whole way back. Finds the read way ahead of time.
I'd be so irritated if I'm OSU. I'm like, gosh, just stop being in the right spot, Bambi. Go away.
Where did you buy your crystal ball? Where can I get one? This one kicked out. And Sleppy has room to work with on the side. He's got a pass to Shiro, and he nails it. OSU take the lead.
This one all is based on how Sleppy gets this ball away from the wall. Look at him keep it tight. Both players from UCF get tied up with each other on the wall, so they can't separate in time. But Sleppy, that little short hop, get back behind the ball and kick it hard out into the middle. Strong shot from Shiro is plenty to get the job done there.
And so despite Bambi continuing to be annoying in midfield, and despite some really good pushes from the Knights, OSU have really handled business pretty well. Haven't faced as much pressure, and they've limited the shots to, what, 7 now? After 10 earlier, but there's still a minute left, and Snipes, not the best touch, and it gets taken away by Sleppy.
Bitz really needs to control this ball. Don't want to overdo it on pace here, and Bambi demoed for his troubles, as this is definitely going to be a neutral ball here with this challenge coming up.
Now Masseter will be ready to receive it. Trying to find a gap. He saw Bitz on the far side. Bitz still gets there for the challenge. This will be slow coming for OSU.
Oh, got to control it.
Snipes. He stays with it for now. Masseter can't really sneak it through. Snipes is Dunk City today.
Both of his teammates
just winning every single challenge.
Both of his teammates got demoed. If Snipes mis-executed that, they were going to be down 2. And oh my gosh, Bambi is going to thread the needle through a traffic jam on the goal line.
Thread the needle through the thickest haystack
that
I've seen to date. That went through 4 different players.
That ball's got eyes.
He turned on the heat seeker mod. Hang on a second. How did that go in?
The UCF don't care. They'll take it.
Dude, this game's crazy.
Oh, that's a goal.
Just every day there's a new goal. Every day there's a new lead. And every day there's Shiro putting it in the back of the net. The Beans got
Watch
the lead.
Bambi here. He just sees both his teammates double commit. He sees that ball go right at Shiro. He just jumps. He's like, please hit it hard and right at me. This is the only thing I can do. Shiro just looked at it and was like, nah, man. Other side.
You hope that luck goes your way, but instead, it's OSU. Can they get this ball onto the ground? Or will the
Chip it
Knights
off the
have
wall?
it? Bambi has snipes, and Sleppy got the save, but he needs to get this on the ground quickly. He'll do that. Just that. Ohio State.
Well done, Buckeyes. You were mentioning it. Talk about a huge turnaround and how the game was playing out. That first game, I was like, oh boy, could be in for one here, but huge turnaround from OSU. Like you said, despite Bambi being such a continuous nuisance for them in a bunch of different aspects, still able to generate a fair amount of pressure, not able to outshoot the Knights, but enough to get the job done. They score 3 out of the 5 shots on target. And gotta say, just come back and do that again. I mean, yeah, Bambi's being a problem, but they're doing a great job finding those strong clears away from their own half and, more importantly, out into space. It's forcing UCF to back up all the way to their own half and play it from a more neutral position. Even if it does kind of turn into ping pong, OSU would much rather play that than let UCF crowd their own half.
Well, let's see if UCF can start to crowd their own half again, because that certainly is not something they were successful at. And these clears are pretty monstrous from the Beans.
One. It's those are the big ones
Yeah.
for the Beans. It's like, just make them come towards us again, and we'll play them that way, because I don't want to have to fight Bambi in the corner again.
It's funny because we were watching the Knights yesterday, right? And I think we were saying the same thing about the team that they were playing is as Bitz puts the first one in, and UCF
You
on
gotta
board.
kind of look here at what goes down for Sleppy. He just misses that challenge, and Shiro's just locked in his own half. He got pushed towards the back of the net for some reason and was just never really in a good space to deal with that ball as it rolled around the corner. So ended up having a little bit of an extra gap on the goal line, and they found the pay dirt.
Now Snipes gonna scoop this one up again. Shiro. Well, Bambi tried to attack 2 players and missed both of them by flipping under one and then jumping over the other, just by the skin. And if he had got that, well, it might be 2-0. But yet we play on as the Knights look for that second insurance goal. It's pinched out, but cut off by Snipes. Bambi's right there to get it around. That's a tough angle to ask for.
He was going for the unsavable redirect. Unfortunately, overdid it. And UCF starting to generate a little more presence. Bambi hard off the backboard. Shiro to clear with force, and Masseter. All you gotta do is put it in.
No!
And oh no!
No! Somebody get out my CRL buzzard clang card. That's a big nope from me.
You hate to see that.
You gotta hit that, Masseter.
Yes, the play is happening at a very brisk pace, but that's about as free as you could hope for against UCF. Uncontested.
You might not
Here's
get
another
one.
Masseter off the wall, unfortunately.
Oh.
And oof. There's a lot of Rocket League, so you're not too phased, but that one is kind of something that sticks in your mind if you start getting down to a minute and you haven't scored yet.
Yeah, that's got to feel really bad, especially the second one happens and it's just kind of a reinforcement of how you've been playing. It's like, of course that one hits the crossbar again, but you need more opportunities like that. The shot wasn't perfect,
nice.
but more means you might crack through. Masseter squares up.
Ooh.
Shiro's in front. He
Sleppy,
squeezes through.
yeah.
Bambi has the save, but it's not enough. Sleppy flexes the guns. 1-1.
Masseter making everybody on UCF look bad on defense, and Shiro, hits him with the big fake in front of the goal line, gets one to go right past him, sticks the ball on the goal line, and Sleppy able to come through and drive the nail. Now that was quite a creative approach from OSU. Really gave UCF a bunch of second thoughts.
Hey man, it doesn't matter how many challenges it takes to get to the center of the goal. All right, as long as we get to the center of the goal, that's the theory of play right now for the OSU Beans. And Shiro picks up the save, but Bitz waits quickly, and against the back wall, Shiro can pick it up. But UCF, they're not done yet. Bambi last back, and things will slow down for a little bit for the Knights.
Great touch.
Beans want to pick that back up quick.
Ooh,
Yeah.
but Masser, he was all over that one. I mean, that touch from Bits is actually a great play because, you know, it buys that time, hits it with pace and out of immediate danger. But when you got people making strong reads on the ball that's bouncing off the backboard like that, you can find yourself in trouble real quick. So you got to love the fact that OSU are locked in at that midfield line and reading clears well.
Ooh, Shiro can't slip the ball to a teammate. Masseter gets the challenge before he's deleted. Bambi, next up, no boost. So a pass comes through for Sleppy, but he can't make the touch he needs, and Bits will get a clearance lane downfield. Masseter forced up. He's barely got the touch, and that touch actually saved his team from getting scored on.
Pixels away from my own goal, and Bits and Bambi going to combine. Sleppy floats one towards the back post. Snipes is having to give a little ground, and thankfully Masseter a little too slow on the follow-up to really make it dangerous for the Knights here. And Bambi indeed to clear.
Sleppy right underneath Snipes. Another chance for the Beans here. Shiro on the carry, but it's taken away. And Masseter not where you want him to be. Bits respected
he has no
it.
Boost.
And now he's got to make up
Bits
time.
can't do anything. He's got nothing.
Had 47, but like you said, yeah. Shiro gets the pop. Back down the other way.
It's always unfortunate. You see your opposition miss and just know that you don't have the rotation behind you. You might have a chance to get one into the middle, but you know it's never going anywhere. And Shiro had a chance to cut one over a defender, ended up poking it off the crossbar. Bambi needs to buy some extra time here. Bits, this is a tough block to make. Sleppy had a lot of opportunity to maybe just drill that right through him, but stuck the big part of the car right into the middle of the ball and didn't budge an inch.
Beans really trying to play this aggressive still in midfield. That buys time for Shiro to get it to Sleppy. Sleppy already by Bits, already by Snipes. Shiro has the shot! Wide shot in! Beautiful from Shiro, 2-1.
Bambi was watching this one develop over his head. He's thinking Snipes is going to get that clear, but then Snipes just had this weird hiccup on the backboard. He stopped traveling up, maybe thinking that Bits was maybe going to get a touch, and Bambi realized too late that Snipes wasn't going to get any piece of that ball, tried to cover up and play damage control, but UCF crack at the last moment.
Oh, UCF stunned right now. Bits tries to get up there quickly. And Bambi just sends a light one towards the box. Hard clear from the Beans again. Boomer ball, name of the game for the Beans. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And for the Beans, all reliable is Boomer. Back to the corner. Taken away again. Do the Knights have something here? Cross the pitch. They do not. Masseter puts this one in. How about it?
This one in the books. Masseter up off the ceiling with speed and, ooh, just enough time on the clock to get the bounce. And
that's the power of the watermelon.
That is the power of the watermelon. Nice and juicy.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the melon wheels look so good as Masseter put in a banger off the ceiling? I certainly haven't.
I couldn't ask for a better springtime view than Masseter scoring with the watermelon wheels, Jorby.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's spring or fall for me. You know, I'm all about the melon wheels. You know, no season required. All seasons are welcome.
How about it
for the melon wheels?
OSU, I mean,
yeah.
Talk about a wash, rinse, repeat of a game. It's like, all right, launch it. Let's see what they do. And
I mean, that's what you wanted them to do.
It's working. Here's the thing, though. If you're UCF, you got to wonder, okay, so now that they're getting those strong clears, we're definitely not winning the boost starve game, right? Because we don't have the room to be aggressive and try and battle for boosts in the opposition's corner. And we're having difficulties changing pace of play on our own half because since OSU isn't boost starved on their own half, they're right on top of us when we finally catch back up to that ball on our own half. So there's a couple different approaches. One is the execution side, right? You can get your own strong clears, hopefully that turn into passes for people waiting out of the midfield line. Or two, you have to play this, you see it in RLCS a lot, there's two really aggressive people and one playing way deep back. You kind of have to, it's the idea of, okay, we're going to sacrifice a little bit of potential offensive follow-through to be able to control pace of play more when they get that clear. And see if that can change the pace of play for you as well.
Well, that really makes sense too, because you know, with how fast you can clear the ball back to the opposite side of the pitch, you know, that kind of tactic can really work for you if you've got those hard clears on lock. And Bambi just misses that touch, almost getting UCF their first goal. If the Beans score first again, I mean, that's upset territory here, and I really thought the Knights had this one in hand, but I've been impressed with Ohio State and how they've approached this game. They've taken what UCF has given them, and they've ran with it. The hard clears have worked. The steals here from Shiro have worked. He gets the touch out in front to Sleppy. He has the shot, but Bambi flies in for a save and turns it into a quick transition. Masseter tries to slow him down, but Bambi, hard to stop. He bumps Masseter out of the way. Shiro, quick catch, but Bitz is right in front of him. And again, the corner contested, but Snipes misses the ball. Shiro's got a clear lane out. Gets it to his teammate. Masseter's got it on target, and the Beans are
Shiro,
rolling.
great job battling in the corner for possession there. And Snipes, that's not a bad play. It's risky, though. Incredibly risky. You've already got one of your teammates trapped there in the goal line. If you're the third man in that situation and Bambi's off grab and boost on the opposite end of the pitch and you go for that challenge in the corner with your teammate already jammed there, you better come up with a touch, because if you don't, what just happened is going to happen every single time.
Now, UCF, the offense, something's got to start clicking. Otherwise, F-Dot's going to be having a party in the green room here shortly. Snipes picks this one up off the crossbar. Bambi or Bitz or Snipes, nobody could get the shot. Everybody from the UCF Knights committed, and now they're in retreat. Masseter hard against the backboard, and OSU were just allowed to grab a couple of rebounds. With the rest of UCF flat-footed, they get a clear. But it's just time for the rest of UCF to collect boost. Bitz, that whole play, he just had nothing in the tank. Just making sure that Ohio State didn't realize how much space they really had. But it feels like UCF working on borrowed time.
Bitz, though, he's going to get a boost steal here in the corner. It's all about, can you hang on to the ball for the next couple of touches? Look at Bitz trying to zone out Masseter. Gives it back to Bambi. He's looking for Snipes. That's right into the middle. What a perfect play. Oh, man, this had everything.
Oh, that was just beautiful. Good scoop from Bitz. Back to Bambi, the little give and go. Beautiful. Love the teamwork. And Snipes, that was a wonderful shot. Absolutely nailed it on the tee play. And the Knights haven't been able to put stuff like that together all series.
The important thing in that play is Bitz zoning off that defender from OSU, not allowing them to close the gap and give Bambi that space to nail that pass. And like you said, you know, Snipes is he's got a few money makers in terms of putting targets down in this series already. Give him another one there.
Now he's able to pick the ball away. The Beans certainly still feel that urgency on offense. Masseter closes the gap across the corner. And he's still around here being annoying in front, but Bambi slips under one attacker and now would like to transition to offense. He does get by Sleppy. Masseter, the last to beat. Bambi all over the pitch. Bitz, boost spawns for him, but expecting Snipes after he got demoed, not the touch he wants. Snipes makes up for it with a good challenge, and they're back down the field.
Oh, tough play here for Snipes, and he just gives up on it. He doesn't want to try and be aggressive and make a touch that could potentially leave him in a bad spot. Elects to let Bambi handle it. Actually, it might work out quite well if Snipes can just dip this one back off the... Whoa, no, an extra chip on the ball. Oh, he did everything, but that final touch is what throws a big wrench in the approach.
Oh, but Snipes got a clean look here. Can't find the target. Gets down quickly. Makes the challenge happen. Now the Knights with Bitz. Bitz gets it off the corner, but Bambi has to wait. Tight rotation for the Beans on defense. And Shiro will play the next one out. Gets the hard clear downfield. Snipes forced back. Game 1 featured in overtime. Game 4 might also feature one if this continues the way it has. But the Beans progress down towards the blue half. Sleppy in the corner doesn't have anything.
Again, another tough approach here. Oh, Snipes just trying to slide that one straight down a seam in the defense, and thankfully they're able to kind of zip her back together and clear it out. Bambi, this is an awkward bounce for Masseter to read, and he just wants a pass to Snipes. Actually, he's trying to take it himself, see if he could beat Sleppy to the net, and they kind of leave Bitz out to dry and buy some extra time, and a couple of great touches from him.
Oh, Snipes has to get in the way of that. Quick save. Bitz follows it up too. Good follow-ups on both halves of the pitch from the Knights. Nice flick from Bambi, but the follow-up again. Crucial and clean from the Beans. Sleppy sees what could have been a goal, but Bitz got in the way quickly, and Sleppy scoops that one away.
And still just
seconds
go
remaining.
for it.
Yeah. Well, right here, the play kind of dies, so Snipes will kick it up, but 14 boost in the tank means nothing on the ground.
I'm still kind of just watching the Knights, and I'm thinking, man, they keep having to defend a lot of these touches going over their heads back towards that blue half, and I really would like to start taking that too aggressive and one deep back approach. I think that is really going to help them because they keep finding themselves in just too many awkward positions to feel comfortable with to consistently make a good touch on defense and not leave yourself in a more vulnerable position.
And Bits couldn't fish that one out over to Snipes. Bambi, a little too much boost to get back to that touch. But Knight's able to hang on to it. Bits pops this one
now
up.
You have Bambi rotate through, and that's what you need right here. So we can get this touch, and he's going to score it. That's what you need. Bambi was just camped out all the way back in his own half. He saw that ball get poked towards the midfield. He's able to manipulate that first challenge around the first guy, make the read off the ceiling, drive it towards the right-hand side, and the Knights are going to force game 5.
Well, I have to say that I don't know what store Bambi got his crystal ball at, but you clearly shopped at the same place because you literally called that right before he touched the ball. And you're like, well, that's why Bambi wants this touch here, so he can do that. I mean,
you see it often enough. Eventually, it's just pattern recognition.
You got to tell me where you got that.
Believe me, I'm not as smart as I seem. I've just seen it 1,000 times.
I completely disagree. You're the smartest analyst I'm sitting next to.
Oh, thank you.
But I have to say, I thought OSU were going to take it. Like I was thinking on that whole overtime, I'm like, they're going to get some kind of cheeky transition and then end up winning the match. But Knights were able to force 5. This is still going to be tough. Probably the best that the Beans have looked all season on stream so far, for my take.
Sleppy just misses an angle. Thankfully, they get a second chance there. Bits not able to pop that one out into the corner. And I believe, yes, it was indeed Massiter to finish the job. Bits he wasn't even expecting to have to make a touch there. He's kind of just cruising into the net, and then he sees that ball skip off the backboard, and he's like, oh boy, I got to get up to this one.
And the Beans take advantage of it. And not only that, but Sleppy got a bump on both Snipes, kicked Snipes back into Bambi, and then he was able to chip Bambi too, so everybody was slow. And maybe that physical game can be the difference maker for the Beans.
And another early lead as well for Ohio State.
Yeah. It's funny too, because they've held on to those leads pretty consistently, despite us talking about the Knights on defense and the poise they've been able to bring. I mean, the Beans' clear potential has been consistent. Pretty much the main thing we've been talking about, in addition to the challenge game. But both things have been clicking so well, and the Knights have struggled to deal with it.
Bambi, you just got to knock this down for your team. He wants to try and score it himself, though. He just missed the flip reset. He was dangerously close to having a highlight reel right there.
Those ones, you hold your breath. And even if you don't have any skin in the fight,
you just want to see it.
I kind of hope they nail a highlight reel shot. That would be sick.
That's part of the joy of getting to do what we do, because we don't care who wins. We just want to see the cool stuff happen.
I just want you to hit sick stuff, and I'm gonna get hype about it. Bambi almost got a sick one right there. Plenty of chances for him to hit one. Just missed it. Tried to caress that ball back into the net, and Bits picks this one up. Actually gets by the entire defense. Snipes sneaks it through. And there might have been 3 players on the pitch for OSU, but to the Knights, it was free play.
Bits, he just kind of went for that one. He wasn't even sure if he was going to beat Shiro, and Snipes, I'm not even sure if he really hit that ball as well as he would have liked, but that's actually exactly what got him the goal. It came off the car a little bit low, so it went under 2 defenders. Either way, intentional or not, perfect shot from Snipes ties it up.
Snipes has been finding the net more and more often. On these
great finisher
really
in this series.
Yeah, and I'll say it, like, he's struggled at times. Massiter almost nailed that double. He had the read. But he's definitely struggled at times this season to find consistent opportunities. But if he continues to be comfortable striking like that, watch out for UCF.
Long way to go there here in Game 5. Not even halfway through, and UCF... here's where you got to make your money. It's all about that third man coming through at the midfield line and making that stop. As it's Bits' job to try and drop the hammer, and Massiter gets the nose on it. As, everybody's going to miss except for Bambi, and he will capitalize.
Well, Bits gets that first one, and like you said, Shiro. Oh no, that's you never want to get caught on the replay cam like that. Exposed. Everybody saw that.
Bambi,
and that one hurts.
Bambi with that little smiley face in the name. That's exactly what he's feeling right now. He's like,
oh, and that's the most tilting thing if you're on the beans, right? It's like you see that smiley face when he gets scored on, and you feel the smugness.
oh boy.
Oh, they got him. Oh no,
Of course
they didn't.
did. It's Bambi back there.
It's you're right. They gotta take him off the field if they have hope of getting
like
by
that.
him, or just catch him out on rotation. Almost did. Masseter sneaks one out, but now they're in retreat. Another challenge in front here for Shiro. Shiro's had a couple of nice challenges to move down the field. Now Masseter moves up. Sleppy really wants to move up, and he gets this touch, but Bits was waiting for it the whole time.
Long way to go to get that one back, and Bambi just trying to break up, and everyone from OSU kind of stuck on that right-hand side. That's a great touch from Bambi because it means Sleppy has to hit the brakes and gives the chance to breathe. Bambi could have put that game in a dangerous spot, but he caught way too much of that ball. And they're only going to hold on to a one-goal lead. Demo on the back line leaves Bambi alone one-on-one, and he is able to time the challenge just well enough to buy more time with the ball into the corner.
Oh, nice challenge by Bambi, and gets the ball back out to Bits. Wow. A lot of work done by Bits and Bambi to move downfield. Snipes at least makes the challenge happen against...
Oh!
And does he get down to it? That was close. Tough to do. You have to recover quickly. No dice.
I love that they go for it, though. You know that?
It's fun. It's fun. You know, Snipes is the kind of player, he only wants to go for those types of plays. If he can get at least like a 720 kick flip in there, at some point, he's happy.
It's the
right?
wig, you know, it gives you extra power.
Yeah.
Snipes.
He's got another one. He nails it. He's been nailing it all match, and it's no different this time. 3 goals for the
catch
Knights.
Masseter too far forward, leaves Sleppy stuck on the goal line, and since he's rotating from the same side as the ball, he's not able to impart as much momentum on that touch as he needs. Ends up kind of just dropping it right back in front of the net. Snipes waiting on it. 2-goal lead, 48 seconds. Dire straits for the Buckeyes.
And the Buckeyes, or the Big Beans, another big tease of a match. They get so close, and with 35 seconds left, you're not out of it, but they need something on this rotation. Sleppy leaves it for Masseter. Oh, he almost found
they got
it
in each other's way.
Oh, and they don't get it. That was the opportunity. It's gone.
Not done yet. You gotta shrug it off. 20 seconds left. You need something soon, and I hate to say it, but you're probably right. That was the one that really could have jump-started it back the other way for him, barring a miracle now.
Yeah, no chance at this point. It's a formality. UCF hang on in a tough match against the OSU Beans. So close, but so far. And the UCF Knights get out of
Way to lock shields. Hold them back from the keep. Down 2-1. Win 2 straight. UCF gonna knock off the perennial East Conference. Why won't they go away? In the Buckeyes. That was tough. That's not an easy series to win for UCF. And again, you just watch OSU, and it doesn't matter who they play. Every single game you look at it and you're like, yeah, I'm just looking forward to see how they do, because you know Ohio State's capable of good things, and the record just keeps getting worse and worse for them. It's brutal.
I mean, I don't want to like point fingers or point the blame on anybody, but look, there were open nets. There were shots that they definitely could have hit. Like, they're right there. They're right there, man. And how many times have we said it about teams where it's like you get step, if there's a 4-step process, you get 3.5 of them correct, and the last half is literally just to shoot the ball on target. And so many teams cannot shoot the ball on target.
How hard could it be?
It's like that last half step, the gap of that last half step is the same gap that like bronze to champ 2 is from champ 2 to supersonic legend. Like that's the kind of gap we're talking about, okay? That shooting it on target is the hardest thing to do in Rocket League. I don't got anything left to say about that. We are not going to go to a break, but now we are, okay?
Okay.
We got plenty more of CRL coming up afterwards. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.